Hey, everybody. All right, so you got a deal. Now what? Have you been there? Maybe you haven't been there, but you're like, okay, well, shoot. Maybe you have a deal right now. Now what? Or you're thinking, well, gosh, I'm studying all this stuff. What happens when I get a deal? Well, I'm glad you asked because that's what this video is about. Okay, um, it's exciting. First of all, when you get a deal. Okay, so this is what you need to be thinking. Again, you're always this is always about exit strategy. So what I mean by exit strategy is what will your buyer do with that property? Okay, so the big ones, the most important thing is you've got to know the retail, we call the ARV, after repair value of that property. And it's a piece of land. What is your buyer going to do with that piece of land? Okay, maybe they can build a retail property on it, a house. Okay, what is that property? What would it be? So, I mean, what's highest and best use for that piece of land? But residential house, okay, what is the after repair value? What is the retail number on that property? Okay, that's the first thing. And you want to be as professional as possible. I did some videos about there's a lot of software out there that can give you these kind of spreadsheets. Nothing wrong with those. If you have not done a deal before, I strongly recommend you get a proper CMA, comparative market analysis, from your partner who's a realtor, so you just be as professional as possible, so you can really prove these numbers to your buyer that you've done your research. They see that you're the real deal. Does that make sense? Okay. So, well, I'm on Zillow, and Zillow says this, or I'm on the tax record, and like that's just reeks of unprofessionalism. Again, it's your buyer's numbers. His money's on the line if he buys wrong. Okay, so the more professional you can be, more chance you have of him going, let's do this. Okay, so you want to have a CMA or the retail, right? CMA, compare market analysis. You want to know the retail value. Okay. The second thing you want to be able to do is you want to know, their business model. 70% have a spreadsheet showing them, yeah, you like to buy these at 70% or 65% of the after repair value, less repairs. This fits within that parameter. Give them a spreadsheet, and I have a spreadsheet that I use all the time. That I've done this with, and I give to my partners. We can talk about that if you want to on a different call. You give me a call or whatever. But you want to show them that. The second thing you want to show them is repair costs. If you don't have a repair estimator, you need to get one, or you need to spend some time with your buyer and ask them, hey, I noticed you put that new roof on the house. What did that cost you? What kind of roof was it? Hey, you added the egress window down there, so you got another bedroom. What did that cost you for the egress window? Hey, how much it cost you for that adding the rough in plumbing for the ensuite upstairs, the master bedroom, right? Whatever that is, right? Take notes. So you have a pretty good idea of what rehab costs are going to be. Okay, you can buy rehab calculators online and this and that, and those are the wrong with them, but nothing beats actually asking the guy who's going to put it in there. Okay, how much you pay for the electricity, your electrician to rewire the house. That's expensive. Maybe he can do it cheaper, because he's got a connection or whatever. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, so you want to have your CMA, the comparative market analysis retail, okay, and itemize how it's the spread, 7% or 65% of the ARV, and then the repair costs, and put all that stuff in there, okay, and then that's great, but you also need to provide him. Again, you want to be as professional as possible. You want to give a copy of the deed. If you have it, you should be able to get this all from your title company, or if you're a closing attorney state, build a relationship with your closing attorney. Say, I need to get this information. This is what you need. You need to have essentially the deed showing who owns it currently, okay, and kind of a soft title report, kind of showing them how are their liens on the property. That's really important. What does the seller owe on it? Does he have any mechanics liens? In other words, let's say he put air conditioner in. He had air conditioning put in 5 years ago, and he never paid the HVAC guy. They'll lien the property, So if $6,800 lien might be on the property, you need to know that. Your seller needs to know that. But most importantly, your buyer needs to know about that. Okay, so all the liens on there, and then you give them a copy of the legal description, which you should be able to get from the deed, the parcel number. Okay, the parcel number, it just shows a number. Every legal description has a parcel number attached to it. Okay, and a plat map, just kind of showing them where it's at. Okay, if it's a subdivision, you can just get the whole subdivision plat map, and it's out in the country. You can get this all from your title company, okay? Or if you closing attorney, get it from them, okay? And then you want to get an aerial of it as well, so and some photos. Very nice, very important. An aerial essentially is the plat map superimposed over Google Maps. So there's a house here, the trees here, the roads here. There's our neighbor back there. Hey, there's looks like there's a shed that's on the on the property line there. I don't know. We may have to move that. Whatever. Okay, so they know that, and then go take photos of the house. And obviously, you want to be able to bring your buyer in there at some point, or his guys, his contractors. Go in there, and the most important stuff you need to be thinking about, expensive stuff, is kitchens and bathrooms. Very important. Okay, so take some really good photos of it, and so that they can have a pretty good idea of what the cost is going to be. So I hope that helps. And once you have that, then you can open title, call your title person, say, hey, I've got an executed contract, and then reach out to your buyer, and then have us just put it all in the PDF file, all that stuff in an email. Hey, this is what I have. You're going to want to do business. Don't piecemeal. Hey, I got a house that's green, 123 Main Street. Want to buy it? That's not what you want. You want to have all this stuff put together, so they're going to look at it as a professional buyer, and they're going to, yeah, he or she's done all his work. Yeah, let's do some business. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. If you need help, more clarification on this, let me know. We could go through, a scenario kind of thing, and free strategy session. Potentially we could do some joint venture together. So I hope this helps, and Godspeed. We'll see you on the next video.